All right, guys, welcome to Chibino Podcast. And in this video, we are going to be talking about E3 since it's going to be in just 6-7 days. And there's so much stuff to cover. And we're going to start right now with that. So, first, let's do introductions. You have me, David the Smash Man.
Smiles your tech guy.
Mister.
And let's get this started. Okay, so first big thing though, if you didn't know this, which I don't know if you follow games at all, I don't know why you don't know this, but PlayStation is not doing a conference this year at E3, which is a huge thing. Like, because I think the last time someone of the big three dropped out was Nintendo, back in 2011 or 12. I can't remember, something like that, where they tanked
during the Wii U days.
Yeah, so that's the last time, and they have stopped doing it completely. I don't think Sony's gonna follow the same route, but it was still it was a huge announcement that they weren't gonna bring a conference. But that being said, they're still having a booth there, correct?
No, but they are gonna do their PlayStation State of Play or whatever.
Oh, like their Nintendo Direct type of thing.
Kind of like a Direct, yeah. I know they did that one already that was kind of small, but well, actually, no. I'm curious. Was the one that we got, the Drop Final Fantasy, was that the only one they're doing? Are they done, or are they doing an Eastern one? Have you guys heard?
I have no idea.
No, I haven't heard anything about that one.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we'll see more Final Fantasy at the Square Enix conference, but I think PlayStation might already be done.
They might. I don't know. We're gonna have to see.
They'll probably do some trailer drops throughout the week, I'm guessing, of The Last of Us and all that. Death Stranding, maybe, even though that just dropped.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think they dropped a lot of stuff now because they're not going to be presenting it at a big conference. So,
I think they're. Hold on, sorry. I think they're they're showing a lot of the super big stuff, so that some of their lower, not as hyped as those ones, will be more viewed for the E3. So any games that people have been waiting for on PlayStation, they're going to show them there. That's what they did, the Final Fantasy stuff and all the other stuff.
Oh, I just had a thought. Since the xCloud collaboration that's starting, we might be able to see one of the Sony execs come on stage with Phil Spencer to showcase the partnership for it.
That too. Also, one more thing, because remember, what was it, 2 weeks ago? They showed the Final Fantasy VII stuff. Mm-hmm. They said they were going to do some presentation for the Square Enix part, but they might show more on Sony's end since it's going to release for Sony first.
That's what I just said.
Oh, my bad.
Diego's just a parrot right now. That's what he is.
I literally just said that.
But okay, so let's get the small. I'll say small ones just because they're small for me. The smaller ones that I don't care too much about as of right now, which would be EA, Bethesda. Anything that you're thinking that you're wanting to hear from them, or do you not really care at all?
I want to see Jedi Fallen Order, obviously. That's cool. Is that the only thing we're going to be watching, guys? I mean, to be honest.
I don't care enough to watch it live. I'll just wait until after. Yeah, because, it's just one thing. I don't want to waste my time for one thing.
It's supposed to be 30-minute presentation on it, dude.
Yeah.
Well, let's see here. They're probably going to show the new, Madden, the new FIFA.
Probably a new Battlefield map or something for their Firestorm gameplay.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure those, and I'm pretty sure Battlefield, for whatever they're bringing for their DLC, they're going to spend a lot of time in there, aside from Jedi Fallen Order. That's what I think.
Well, Dave, I can get with you and watch it if Diego doesn't.
Yeah,
I'm really excited for Fallen Order.
We'll see. I hope they do it right. I mean, people are just, because it's Respawn doing it, right?
Yeah, and they admitted on that one last presentation during Star Wars Celebration they have full freedom and control on this game.
So we're gonna
that's a plus, because that's Respawn. Respawn was like, okay, you bought us, but F you kind of thing.
It's Respawn. They need to just let them be.
Yeah, yes. That's what I'm saying. They're like, we can do whatever we want. You just own us, but it's whatever.
Especially when it comes to Star Wars, they need to not touch Star Wars anymore. Just let the freaking developer do it. Leave the publisher.
I think I might watch it, but I'll probably be with you guys watching it. But I probably won't be paying attention until the big key parts. But that's what I probably meant.
Okay, so that's pretty much EA. Bethesda.
I'm stoked for Bethesda, Dave.
Okay, so like I said, I'm not a big Bethesda fan. I just never been. But Miles, what are you looking for? Because aren't they going to talk about Wolfenstein?
Well, they got the Young Blood, where it's BJ Blazkowicz's two daughters, the twin daughters.
Yeah.
Me and Eric are to play the crap out of that campaign when that comes out. It's a full co-op, so hopefully some more gameplay on that. I know that they might showcase some VR stuff I know that they're the Starfield or whatever and the Skyrim, they're not going to show those next gen games probably until 2020. I'm pretty sure they confirmed that.
Oh
So
yeah.
what I'm excited for, super excited for, and it's one of my most anticipated games of this entire year, is Doom Eternal.
Yes.
Yeah.
I literally cannot freaking wait. I got my rig ready. I am ready to go. I am so stoked for that.
Which I don't think you'll play it on this platform, but I was still surprised that it's gonna come to Switch.
No, yeah, I'm gonna get it on PC.
Yeah, I know that, but I was just like, what?
Yeah, it is coming to Switch. Again, they're doing another. I wonder if that same. What's the name of that developer that does those awesome ports?
I don't remember. The one that did the Halo one as well, or like that? Not
Halo?
mind. I'm thinking of. I'm just thinking of just the touch-ups.
No, you're fine. The one that did the original Doom, they always do really good stuff with ports. But anyway,
can't
I'm sure
remember,
they're
yeah.
gonna be. I'm sure they're gonna give the development side to them. I just don't know if it's gonna launch on the same day.
Yeah.
I think it's
Switch,
gonna be later. I'm pretty sure. I'm betting my money on later.
But yeah, that game. Oh my gosh.
So that's gonna be good. Oh, and again, we'll talk more about Switch later on because there's a lot of stuff that's gonna happen there.
Sorry. I just want real quick. I have a prediction for Bethesda.
Okay.
I think that Fallout 76 will be free as a shadow drop on the Bethesda platform or on the Bethesda presentation.
They have to do something for that game, either because that community has fallen and they've had so many issues with a lot of players and the gameplay and a lot of just tons of stuff. Like if you follow different other people on YouTube, they've reported on it continuously of the crap that's happened with Fallout 76. And so I'm hoping if they make it free to play, that might make people incentivize them to be like, yeah, let's play.
Best. Yeah. So that would be the best option for them at this time because
it's been rumored for a long time too.
They've been getting shit on by for Fallout 76, so it would just be the best issue.
Walmart and Target have been selling like Xboxes with free copies of it because they just can't get rid of the inventory stock. So
that lets you know how bad it is.
Yeah, I'd say make it free to play, and then you can just add like little microtransactions in here and there for people, and I think it'll just be kind of a shadow drop that day.
Yeah, but that was the issue with them before, is that they had to pay $60, and they said that all of their microtransactions would be cosmetic, but then there's a huge uproar when that changed. So right now they just have to basically calm the fire down, and that's probably the only way they're going to do it to salvage the game, unfortunately.
Oh, I do think too the Elder Scrolls mobile game will get a release date, or it'll come out of beta within the weeks or day of. And then I also think that they might make a new Fallout Shelter drop as well.
They could, yeah, I'd see that.
Didn't they have that released in China? They have Fallout Shelter 2 came out in China like 2 weeks ago. So
I didn't hear that.
They might come out worldwide.
There you go.
So yeah. That's cool because a lot of people have been liking the Fallout Shelter 2 on in China, and so
okay.
Which is weird that China got it, but whatever.
Here's the real reason we want to talk about everything at E3 is Netflix.
You mean Xbox?
Well, didn't Netflix say they were going to do like 2 or 3 things? I know one is obviously Xbox related because we have the Lancer shadowed with blood and all that. So there's a Gears of War possible live action series.
That's the only thing I can think of. That's what they're doing for at E3. That they're saying they're doing a live action.
Is really coming to E3?
No, I'm assuming. But there's Netflix is doing something with the Gears of War franchise because
Netflix said that they're doing something. Yeah.
So it could be a 3D or an animated show. Live action would make sense in one way or another. On top of that, I'm pretty sure if they're gonna do a live action thing or any animated thing, I'm betting that it's going to be a prequel to Gears 5. Like there's an in between story.
So this is what they said. Netflix said that they're gonna host a panel at E3. A lot of it speculations and stuff that again, I know you don't trust GameStop too much, but them and Nintendo have said that they're announcing video games. I don't know what I don't know if they're gonna be doing something like who was it that just did their their online play? Was it Sony? I can't remember who it was. That TV
Sony.
Was it? Yeah. So I don't know if Netflix is gonna do something similar. If they're gonna do streaming games now, like where you plug in your USB controller into the TV and you can play like a separate category to play games. I don't know. There's not too much known about what Netflix is gonna show up, but that's gonna be interesting because now you're seeing this huge push for just streaming games. Like it's already been done there before with like the Xbox, the Gamers Pass, and doesn't Sony have one as well? Kind of like a
Yeah,
cloud play. So like it's
PlayStation
getting yeah PlayStation now, and Nintendo has it for their their older games, and so it's funny that how now like the streamers of like movies and stuff are wanting to get in on the action. So I don't know how
Well,
it's.
Oh,
sorry, what? No, continue. Finish first, David.
No, I didn't say it's just interesting. I wonder how well they're gonna do, if at all, any well at all. What do you guys
Um,
think?
Well, from what I was saying, they're probably jumping on the bandwagon because of Google when they announced their streaming video game thing, and I'm pretty sure Netflix is trying to get on that. They probably were in the same development cycle, but probably Google announced theirs before the other one. But it's just I just want to see what they're going to do. Hopefully, it's something good because that's all I want for them is to give us something for the gamers, and hopefully they're good.
Yeah. So, that's it for Netflix. I mean, again, we heard that the Simpsons are gonna be there, which probably gonna announce a game. I don't know if it's gonna be another Road Rage or Hit and Run.
We were
I'm just
hoping a
hoping
hit and run remaster or something.
I hope it's something good because that was probably only the only franchise of the games that were good. Everything else is crappy. But okay, so let's go into what do you want to start first? Do you want to start with Nintendo or with
just in order. Let's do
Xbox.
Xbox.
Okay, Xbox. So first of all, their conference is going to be 2 hours. It's going to be on Sunday. That's the 9th, correct? And at what time?
I don't know the time. I think wasn't. Frick, I don't remember.
Well,
I think in the afternoon, like 2 or something.
I don't remember. Anyways.
But anyway, so there have been tons of little hints and leaks and everything that we've been hearing for the past few months about Xbox. Like obviously, like Halo was shown last year, and now they're gonna have more. They've confirmed that they're gonna talk about that. We know that there's the new Xbox has been in development. So I think those two are ones that most people know or are really excited about. But let's kind of. Sorry, Miles. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I'm predicting they're gonna open with Halo, and I think they're gonna close with the console reveals.
Yeah,
that's my prediction.
Just one side note
What do you
too.
guys think?
Just side note. Hold on, real quick. The briefing is at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so 2 p.m. our time. So I was right. So that's cool.
Perfect.
Okay, so perfect. So,
but what do you guys think about the opening and closing like that?
It's realistic, so I mean that makes the most sense to me. I wouldn't argue. I can't argue against that. That makes the most sense.
I think with Halo, they're not just gonna give us the new Halo and give us the name of was it Halo Infinite? Then they're gonna give us like the new probably a release date, and I think they're also gonna talk about Halo on PC a little bit more to tell us where they're at because we know they started with Halo Reach and they showed gameplay and everything about it, right?
Yeah, I think they'll showcase some of that there. That's been confirmed, and I think some of the PC game show they'll show a little bit more, like on the technical side of it.
Mm-hmm. One thing that I'm actually excited about, and this is like people just speculating, so this isn't confirmed, but people are like, we know that a few months ago, or maybe it was last year, we heard that Xbox Live was going to be on the Switch, and so people were like buzzing, like, what the heck does this mean? And so a lot of people, and myself included, are I'm hoping that Nintendo pops up somewhere during that presentation because I will go freaking crazy because I have other theories about Nintendo stuff, but if they're on there, I can only imagine what they're gonna say, what kind of partnership, what kind of agreement, or whatever they're gonna try and do. Like, if they do show up, what would you want them to announce?
I think that the collaboration we mentioned with Sony on the xCloud, I think so. I think they will have all the big three on with the top execs show up with Phil, and they'll both announce a collaboration of xCloud on PlayStation and the Switch. That's what I think is going to happen.
Okay, Mister.
Basically what Miles said, just a lot of that. Maybe with the Xbox and the Nintendo thing, we'll be able to play like you were saying, but just like we'll be able to play Xbox exclusive titles on the Switch is what I think. Like a handful, like 5 games. I don't know what games, but 5 games.
Oh yeah, to add to that, Diego. I think that one of the games that's going to get a release date, I don't know if it would be a shadow drop necessarily or the week after the E3 announcement. I think we'll get a release date to the new Ori, and I think Ori will also be on the Switch.
Yeah, yes, because that would make a ton of money for them if
And
it
I
drops on the
want that
Switch to
game.
be portable. You know what I mean?
Yep. I do.
One thing too, if they did a Halo 1 or Halo 1 and 2 and that was portable on the Switch and that was its own thing and its own servers are on the Switch only, because I could see the game running 30 frames per second and 720p on the Switch undocked. I think that would be pretty sick, wouldn't you think?
It's hopeful thinking, but yeah.
Hopeful. That's the best case scenario. But
Yeah.
I mean,
Here's one that for sure they're talking about is Gears of War 5. Now, I'm really excited about it because I really like Gears of War 4, and
so good.
the whole thing with Kate and her mother being what was it, the queen, or has queen blood in him.
The
so
Locust Queen, yeah.
yeah, Locust. So we got a
the
little bit
descendants of the Locust Queen.
we got a little bit of gameplay in a trailer last year. So this year we're probably gonna get we're gonna get more game because we get more gameplay, get more details on the story. But I don't know. I thought when they announced Gears of War 4 that this was gonna be dumb. I was like, why they continue the story like it's done? But with 4, I was like, dang, they can still tell more story. So Kate is the Laura Bailey who plays Kate.
She did a great job, by the way.
She did an amazing job. So, do you think they're gonna focus a good, not like a huge chunk, but like a little bit more on Gears of War 5 since it's supposed to come out, I think, this year?
I have a lot to say about Gears, to be honest. I think Gears 5 is going to be obviously it's their big fall game this year. It's a big game. Because Halo's not coming out this year. For anybody that thinks that, you're crazy. I'm sorry. So Gears 5 is a big game this year. So I think Gears 5 is going to drop in October. And I think Gears Tactics is going to drop in the spring of 2020. And then I think the Funko game is going to drop probably this summer or late or early fall. And I think that's going to be a collab as well on the Switch.
Ooh.
That is a good evaluation, good review, good guess.
Anything that you know about the Forza Horizon? So aren't they doing like a DLC or something?
No, I don't know. Here's the hard thing. As far as I know, I don't know if Turn 10 is going to be. Okay, I don't know if they're doing a new Forza. From what I heard, they might be taking a year off. So I don't know if
That's
we're
what I
going to
heard
Forza
too.
8. But I do think that the Switch, there is a mobile version of Forza, and I think that is going to also be on the Switch. I know this is an Xbox thing, sorry, but I think that their property is going to go to the Switch for the mobile version this year, because there's been a lot of rumors for that. I do not think we're going to see a new Forza until 2020, and I think it's going to be as usual. They usually have the new consoles having a Forza as a launch release, and then I don't think we'll get Playground or whatever on Horizons until 2021, if they're even making another Horizon, or they're just going to make some other new IP, which has been rumors, or if they've grown big enough to do 2 separate IPs now for that studio.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a tough one. Sorry, that's kind of a hard
It's
answer.
way tough. Yeah, I get what you mean.
Okay, how about this one? Because there's those rumors that Fable 4 is coming.
Yes, that is going to
Fable
be
reboot. I think it's more than likely. It's been in talks for like at least known for the past 2 years, at least known.
Yeah, and I
So-
think it's been rumored for 5.
Yes, rumored for 5 and then talked about for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
It's a big possibility. If they don't, then it's never gonna come out. Like literally, if they don't do it this year, the potential of that game coming out just diminishes greatly. I do.
Go ahead, Diego. Go ahead.
I do have out there, super out there thing. I think what was it? The Tom Clancy game that'll be announced.
Splinter Cell?
I'm hoping.
I am
Oh, my heart's beating for that.
90% certain. Yeah, a lot of people are like Splinter Cell.
Oh my God.
You just see some guy like killing somebody, and then you see 3 green dots, and then you're like Splinter Cell, like I
That's
was
like
like,
day one purchase for me, dude. I've been waiting for that for so long.
I can't remember the last time I played Splinter Cell. I think it was back on the GameCube was when I played it.
Really? You never played like Blacklist or anything like that?
I don't remember playing Blacklist. The last one I remember I think was on the GameCube. I really liked it, but I never played another one or anyone past that. But I did like it.
Okay.
Okay, so anything else on Xbox?
Yes. Oh yeah.
I know there's tons.
Battletoads, guys.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Battletoads was the talk
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
If they have to release it this year. They've teased it. He had a Phil Spencer on the shirt last year. Come on, it's coming this year.
I'm pretty sure it's not coming out till next year. I think they're gonna
No,
release it, but I'm
don't you
pretty
do
sure.
this.
That's what I've been hearing. It's gonna be.
No.
This is the thing. They could either it'll come out next year or it comes out day of. Like here, it's an arcade game. Boom, it drops today.
I think
Nah,
that'll be on the Switch as well.
That would yes,
That'd be
because
cool.
if they announce the Switch thing and they say it's today, and then they'll be like Battletoads is also on there. Boom, you will see a flood of downloads on the Switch and on the Xbox for the platform and all of that.
Oh, and then if we can add more to these type of games like Ori, Battletoads, I think the Time Splitters, the original, get a classic remake, and we might get that shown in like kind of a reel of like indie type games or like lower production ones.
Oh well, they
Yeah.
might.
More production, but just saying.
Well, we were talking about that earlier this week. That Destroy All Humans or Time Splitters, they might most likely will make a remake of one of the two.
Destroy
or
All
both.
Humans was the one that was talked about the most.
Oh yeah, Destroy All Humans could be one. Go ahead.
Cyberpunk 2077, because they did say they were going to do something, and weren't they presented
It'll
on
be
Xbox
showcased
last
on
year?
Microsoft.
But
yeah,
is there
it'll
going
be
to be a
showcased.
release date? Because I think that needs to be a release date now.
No, I don't think there will be. So
release date?
no, not when it
Okay.
comes to that developer. CD Projekt Red, it'll release when it's done, and it will be a masterpiece. Just let them do their thing. No rush. I do think as well we're gonna get the new Darksiders reveal, because that's almost done, and I do believe what is it? The Rocksteady's big game. I think it's going to be a DC Justice League game, because we're also probably going to get a drop of the Marvel game as well, the Avengers game.
Yeah,
Is that
from,
going to be on Xbox? Is that going to be that presentation, or do you think
I'm
it'll
gonna
be
say it's
somewhere
probably
else?
gonna be on Sony because it's a Square Enix thing, or it might be on Square Enix's presentation because don't they have one?
I don't know if they bought the license for it, so I don't know.
No, they're making the game.
No, I know. I don't know if it's an exclusive. I don't know if Sony bought the rights.
Oh yeah, I don't think so. I think if anything, it'll be dropped on the Square Enix presentation though, because don't they have one this year?
yeah,
Or was it
yeah,
last
they
year?
do.
Yeah, so they'll probably just do it
Um,
there.
Diego, I want to ask you a question.
What's that?
What are your thoughts on, since Bungie is now independent, them showcasing some Destiny news or future plans with maybe cross-platform or cross-play support?
If anything,
they'll
they
show
would
up?
need some help with financing that. So I could see Phil Spencer be like, "Hey guys, we know you're Destiny players. We're gonna allow crossplay on Destiny for all of it, and then, yeah, I think they could do that, and I could see, like I was saying, they go to Phil Spencer, and since Phil Spencer and Bungie, well, Xbox and Bungie had such a great relationship. I could see him like Phil Spencer just giving him like being cool with him and doing that for him. So I could see
Okay.
crossplay being announced, and that would revise the franchise. And then I think sometime this week, Bungie's having a presentation for their next chapter. So this is going to be their first big thing since they left Activision.
Okay. And then, Dave, before we drop, because I know we need to move to the Switch, there's something still kind of big. I want to ask your opinions on this too. So when they release the Anaconda and Lockhart, those two SKUs, most likely at the end of the conference, because I don't think they go too big until 2020 for the next consoles.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts if they drop? So the Anaconda is supposed to be the powerful one, right? And then Lockhart's supposed to be the lower end SKU. I'm wondering if it's going to be a $500 and a $400 console. And the 400 is going to be similar to like an Xbox One X or maybe a revised version of the X for the lower tier. I don't know.
Like an X point
then-
1.5.
Kind of like that. And then you have the $500 big super one. And then if they were to drop that, I know they'll say 2020. We'll probably talk more plans about it next year is what they'll say. Now, with those in mind, I'm wondering if we might get Halo 5 being the first Halo we've had since Combat Evolved dropping on the Xbox day one. On the new one. What are your thoughts?
For the Anaconda?
Yeah.
I see it as a huge possibility. I think they know they've messed up with Halo 5 in a lot of ways.
Yes, a
You know,
lot.
A shit ton of ways.
with the story, with the marketing, because the marketing was smart,
Amazing.
but it
Biggest
did
copies
not.
in the world.
But it didn't deliver on the actual material, the actual story that they were telling in the game. So in that respect,
That was bullshit.
that perspective, it was bad because they basically they lied to us
False
through the entire
marketing.
thing. So for them to have it day one on the 4K 60 frames per second console, the Anaconda, I think would be a smart move. I don't think there's any other game that they need to focus on launch date other than Halo Infinite. As long as their presentation is showing, hey, we listened to you guys, we know what we did wrong, and show us this is what we're giving to you guys, and coming out the same day as the new console to me it's necessary. I don't think it's a should they. It's like they need to, and if they don't, I don't know. I don't know what other games they wanna launch with it. Like with this one, we've already been told that it's next gen, or the way we look at it, it's next gen. We already know that. So for them to not even push it out for that release date I don't think it's a good marketing strategy, in my opinion.
I'm sure it'll run on like the X and the current gens, like it'll be cross-platform play, but I think it's mostly, like you said, next gen for this. I mean, that trailer was just ridiculous, right? And it's just, I don't know. It makes me wonder. Here's the other question I have for you guys. Is this going to be a console that we get finally during the spring for once, or are we still going to stick to the November
that was what's the word? That was theorized by a lot of people. People are thinking that the lower tier one might come out in the spring and the high tier one comes out in the fall, just to get people
I don't see them
going.
doing that, but
I'm just saying people have. I'm not saying it's true.
No, you're fine. But do you think we could have our first console in the spring? I mean, we don't need the 7 years all the time for new consoles anymore. I mean, we used to get them, that was because the economy had issues back then.
Yeah, and on top of that, sorry to interrupt you, David.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Another thing on top of that is this gives you space for the PS5 and the new Xbox. So if it comes out in the spring, then we don't need to go head to head with PlayStation. So like if say people want to have both consoles, they don't need to fucking be empty pockets and die from it. They're like, okay, I spent $500 on this Xbox in spring, and then I'm going to spend another $500 on this PS5 in the fall, and they're set. What
about you, Dave?
There are those hardcores.
I don't know. It really depends on what their lineup is, because if they come out in the spring but they only have, like I said, Halo Infinite. I think if Halo Infinite drops with it, it will sell the console without a doubt. But if there's a huge time frame where there's no big games coming out, it could suffer. So that's what's like in this. I don't know what their lineup is for for the summer, for them to keep people wanting to buy it if Halo isn't their selling point. So it all really depends on what their lineup is. I would like it to be in spring, and I think with that being in spring, there'd be no other competition. I don't think the new Switch console or the new one that they're going to do is going to come out. The new PlayStation's not going to come out during that time. So it just really depends on what if they're gonna keep a line of games steady that will engage people to be like, hey, let's get this new one. We can only play it on the Anaconda. So I'm hoping, but I don't see it as something. I'm not expecting it just because I don't believe they're gonna change they have like their lineup set up. If they did, that's great. But if not, I'm not too disappointed because it's like, oh, I understand why.
Well, I know that they're supposed to showcase 14 new IPs from all their new studios this year, which I'm sure that includes little ones like Battletoads and stuff like that as well. But Ninja Theory, I don't know what they have planned. That's who I'm most excited to see what they're doing with Microsoft's budget for publishing this time. But I don't have any theories on a lot of those because I just don't know what's in the wheelhouse with all these. I mean, I remember last year we had that Perfect Dark rumor that never came to fruition, so that'd be awesome if maybe we get that.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't know what to say on the 14 hidden IPs.
We just have to wait and see. We're just going to have to see what they're going to present, and it could be anything.
Mm-hmm. All right, so anything more on Xbox, on Microsoft?
No, that's it.
Okay, so let's talk about Nintendo. So Nintendo has... I love Nintendo, and I think their Switch has been one of their best consoles, if not the best console. The way that they have it, yeah. And they've been doing. I mean, they've had hit and miss. Like they're doing great with having the cloud feature, but the way that they do it is kind of weird, and also their understanding of online play is also they just don't understand. They don't understand, unfortunately. But again, their huge selling point are their games. So games that are coming out. So we had the Nintendo Direct of a few months ago, and it showed off all these different new games that are coming out, and they talked about that their main focus is on games coming out this year. So anything that they show in E3 is most likely coming out this year.
Yeah.
My biggest thing that I am excited about is I know this is where they're gonna show the next DLC character of Smash Brothers. They came out with the new update 3.1.0 last week. Oh, sorry, earlier this week, and there was a supposed leaked image that didn't leak who the character was. And it could be photoshopped. We don't know. But my theory, and I think Mrs. theory as well, is that since there's this talk about Xbox and Nintendo, my theory is that their next DLC character is someone from Microsoft. And the two biggest ones that I was thinking, and again, these are far fetched for a lot of people, would either be Master Chief or them putting in Battletoads in there.
I was gonna say a Battletoad.
The safest bet. Well, I have 3, so it's Master Chief, Battletoads, and the safest bet. The safest one out there would be Banjo-Kazooie. That's the safest bet. But
I think they have to have a promotion of some kind of like a new Banjo-Kazooie, right? Or like maybe bring in the Rare Collection on the Switch.
Yeah,
they bring
they'd
the
have
Rare
to
Collection on the Switch, then they could promote that to have him on the Switch, I think.
Yes, if they
Or on
show
the
that
Smash.
first, and then Nintendo shows like, hey, we got Banjo-Kazooie, but also, and then you see them freaking forward smash Mario in the face. or if you see Mario fighting somebody, then you see a plasma grenade get stuck to his body. He's like, huh?
Oh my gosh, that'd be so cool.
I will freak out. I have a feeling it has to be like so, because here's the thing: the big theory or the big conversation that happened is that who are they picking for DLC characters? It's like, okay, Smash Bros is supposed to be this crossover heaven place, and so it's like we want people who don't have Switches to play this game, and so it's like, so what can we bring over that would make someone be like, hey, I don't have a Switch, but this is my favorite character from Sony or from this game that's not on the Switch. I want to buy it so I can play them on Smash. So that was like the whole conversation of what people were thinking. This is what made them decide who's gonna be a DLC character, because like I said, Joker, he's not a Nintendo Switch game, and people were hyped about it. And so they're like, okay, Joker, you can't play him on the Switch, but you like the Persona game, but you can play him in Smash. So it'll be like, okay, I want to get the game for Joker. So that's what I think. That's why I think it's either gonna be Master Chief, Battletoads, or Banjo-Kazooie are the big 3 that I'm hoping it's gonna be. Some people said it's like they're saying like, no, it's gonna be like an enemy from Earthbound, but I'm like, Earthbound. I'm like, Earthbound has a little niche community. Like if they brought in an enemy from Earthbound, I would be actually upset. I'd be like, no, this is dumb. This is a waste of a character space. But that's just me. I don't know about you guys, or if you even think of, or if you thought of who else might be a character.
Just for that part,
those exact 3, to be honest.
Yeah, like I said, those are the make the most sense, and I feel like it's an Xbox person too. And then I feel like the third DLC character would probably be like an anime character, and we're not gonna go into that because that's way too far out in the future.
Yeah, Nintendo won't drop 2 reveals on that.
Yeah, but
I think Rare Replay and one of the Battletoads or Banjo would be a safe bet, to be honest.
Yeah, and like I said, the most ridiculous one out there is Master Chief, and that's it if they have the balls to do it.
Yeah.
I want to see them, and I don't think they said it was coming this year, and I can't confirm whether or not it is, but I really want them to talk about Astral Chain, because Astral Chain is from Platinum Games, and when I saw that, I was like, why does this look so familiar? And I was like, it has to be Platinum Games. Like, yep,
it looks awesome.
It looks so cool, and I'm just like, this is what I want to play. So, that's what I want to see. We have heard nothing about Bayonetta 3. Like we got the announcement, and then nothing the next Nintendo Direct. So I don't know where they're at.
Didn't they have to switch engines for that, Dave? Didn't you hear something about that? Like there's some issues with like the development. They had to change the engine.
The only one I remember was of Metroid. I don't remember.
Metroid? Maybe I'm confusing that with.
Yeah, Metroid. I don't know if it was the engine, but they said that they weren't satisfied with where they were at, and so they scrapped it and started again.
That's
something
correct.
Like that.
That's what it was.
I do have some potential titles that could be released for the Switch, and here's one that was talked about, and they talked about it 4 years ago, and then they've just been telling us it's in the works. Is Pikmin 4 for people who like Pikmin?
Oh yeah,
Pikmin 4. So it's been a long time, and people are waiting for that game.
Yeah, and that has a big following. I think Animal Crossing too will be one of the big ones.
Yeah, that last time was Animal Crossing was what Joker reveal, David, right?
Uh, I don't remember. The only time I remember is when they revealed Isabel.
During the direct.
Yeah, during the direct, they
Oh, yeah,
revealed Isabel, and
Isabel. That's what it was.
they said, I think they said 2019. Yeah, they said
They
2019.
did say 2019.
So that's gonna be a huge selling point, for a lot of for that. We'll probably get more information about Cadence of Hyrule, right?
The Crypt of the Necrodancer.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a shadow drop. I think we're going to get that the day of the announcement of the direct.
Tons of games would be perfect for that.
I think that'll be a day drop because I think they'll showcase that and then they'll announce more of Link's Awakening maybe for like a December release.
True. So just to go back to this part, Metroid Prime is out, right? They're going to announce.
Yeah, it's not
Prime.
going to be up there. I don't believe so.
But the rumored Metroid Prime trilogy might get dropped.
Yes.
We were supposed to get that last year, that rumor, and that never happened. So I think this year might be the trilogy.
I want my enhanced version of Skyward Sword. I'm just gonna say it.
I love
That's what I want.
Yes.
I want that.
That would be dope.
Yes.
If there's anything I would like to see, like just for people who've been waiting 10 years at least or plus, I don't think these are just far out there ones. Would be a F-Zero game.
Oh yeah.
It hasn't been an F-Zero game in a decade or more, and then a Paper Mario game.
Ugh. So over Paper Mario's.
I don't
Yeah,
think
but
Paper
it's
Mario
for
will be in
people
there.
who care about those games, so that's what I want for them. You know, it's not just for us; it's for them.
But yes. Yeah, I know. No, that's a good one.
So also depending on what they reveal at the Pokemon Direct that's happening later this week, they also might touch on that and expand a little bit more on what to expect with Leaf and Shield.
I think that'll be during the Treehouse. I think we'll see some special collector consoles and Joy-Cons.
Sword and Shield, not Leaf and Shield.
Sorry, Sword. Leaf and Shield. Sorry.
You're like 20 years.
I was
like 20
thinking.
years ago.
I was thinking about Mega Man Leaf Shield. Sword and Shield. My bad.
Hey, a fun one I want to bring up, and I really hope the rumors are true, is I really hope Scalebound is dropped for Nintendo.
Oh, that would be cool, because what was that rumor? They picked it up, right?
There's been rumors about that. Yeah, there's been rumors.
Picked it up. I thought that was confirmed, wasn't it? That they picked it up.
No, it's still rumored. It's still rumored. And I'm so hoping that comes back. And if that, because tell me, like, how that looks, like with like the dragons and like the DMC type character, right? Like that Neo type guy. Like I don't know. To me, it fits the platform of Nintendo very well for their funky anime-esque type. You know what I'm saying, right? It just kind of fits fitting for the Nintendo.
Was it just in development hell? Is that why it never
was
got off? I thought that's what it was.
But it's been enough time now, and Nintendo could work with them with like some of the Japanese audience on it. I think it could be really cool, guys.
Mm-hmm. I think Splatoon 2 is still doing very well in Japan. They might announce something there, new DLC, possibly.
Expansion.
Yeah, it's
Speaking
always
of
possible.
DLC, what about more Mario Kart DLC? Maybe some Mario Odyssey DLC.
I don't know. Because I haven't heard anything at all about them talking about that. If anything, they're gonna talk more about Mario Maker 2. And give us even more information about it. But I don't know. I mean, Mario Kart is such an old game though.
I just don't know if they're gonna do 9 anytime soon. Because I think if they did, I would think it'd be 2020. I think this year, because we always kind of get a sports one, and I wanted to ask you about this, Dave, because I know you're a big fan of this. I'm wondering if we don't get Mario Golf dropped, what if it's a new Mario Strikers announced this year?
That would be cool. I don't know how well it did though. I mean, I really liked them, but I don't know how well that franchise has done. Because it's been how long since
2004?
That's GameCube, right?
GameCube
yeah, it was GameCube.
Yeah.
That was like the last one.
And the golf ones. What about golf? Was there a GameCube one? Was that the last time they released that?
No, they released a golf.
They had
one.
I thought they had one for the Wii or Wii U.
I don't
With
know.
It was with. I'm pretty sure it was the Wii.
Yeah.
It could have been. What if they had like that with like a story mode? That could be really fun because those games were fun back in the day.
The question is, well, I think what we're going away from is we need to talk about games that are coming out this year.
Well,
we're talking about potential games that are in the future.
Yeah,
I mean, I love talking about this. This is dope, but I'm just saying.
Luigi Mansion 3, I think, is gonna be October.
Yes. Oh, I wanted to play. I didn't want to play the 3DS version because I mean, God, really? But the Switch version, I'm excited to try that out.
I think Zelda's December, though. To be honest.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Link's Awakening, yeah.
That's December. But what if the November game is a drop of Persona 5?
Ooh. Yeah, I'm down for it.
there's a possibility for anything, I guess. Maybe I don't I mean it's more possible now since Joker's in Smash, but
Mm. Oh, that's a tough one, guys.
I don't know.
Animal Crossings. Will that be dropped this year?
Yeah,
And do you think that might be the November game? Or do you think that'd be December?
it might
What
be.
game? Sorry, I lost my train of thought. What? Like literally, I couldn't hear.
Animal Crossing. I was wondering if that'll be this year, and if so, when will it drop?
It did. I know it's this year because last
They
year's
said
when
it
they
was.
said it was coming out this year.
I think a fall title would be perfect for it. The beginning of fall, like late September, early October. That way, the bigger games can come out in November and December.
Okay.
I mean,
Hey,
I
what
know.
was-
Yeah, sorry.
I'm pretty sure they're
Remind me,
also
guys,
gonna.
Oh, go ahead.
So I'm pretty sure they're gonna update their library of their membership of the cloud playing. I'm pretty sure they're gonna put tons more games on there. Hopefully,
Super Nintendo.
Super Nintendo games.
Yes,
yeah.
there was rumors that they were gonna announce like 20 Super Nintendo games on the Switch.
20. Holy freak.
Yeah.
Oh, one I want to ask you guys. I don't remember the name. It
Remember.
was a Platinum's game. Is it Beautiful Joe or what the hell was
Beautiful
that? It was a
Joe-
Wii game. Do you think they'll release a deluxe U version type thing for it?
That's something we would all want, and I don't know.
Well, it seems like they keep releasing like every year at least like a report of like a Wii U game because obviously the console doesn't sell. I'm wondering if that might be one of the ones they might drop.
That was a GameCube game, so I have no idea, dude.
No, the one on the
I don't-
Wii U. It was like the 101 or something like that. What was that called?
Oh,
Beautiful
Wonderful
One-
101. No, it's
Wonderful 101.
Wonderful
yeah.
101. The Planet Games one. Okay,
Oh,
that's what you're
what?
talking about. Yeah, Wonderful 101. Planet
Yeah,
Games
so
didn't
the
do that
101.
well.
Do you think that might come to the Switch now since it was on the Wii U and didn't sell well?
They might. I don't know how much hype there is for that though. I think they're looking at seeing what people really liked, either in Japan but didn't sell well in the U.S. and give it the treatment of re-releasing it. I don't know. It's Nintendo is weird. Nintendo sometimes brings stuff out of nowhere, and I was like, "What the heck?" Okay, that's cool, but I never thought them doing that. So I don't know. It's gonna be. All I know is that they're gonna bring surprises, and
Well,
I'm excited.
if it's not that one that they'll do a U re-release, I think it'd be Super Mario 3D World.
they might do that. They better give me my freaking N64 Classic. That's what I want.
Gosh, yeah. I don't know if they'll
yeah.
announce that though at the E3.
They'll probably announce it in like July or August.
That's
Like,
what I'm
it comes
thinking.
out September,
Dave's
Yeah.
right though. That would be awesome.
and it better have 4 ports to plug in N64 controllers.
Yeah, none of these two more. Yeah,
Oh,
no two
God.
ports.
And,
4K.
they better bring an adapter so you can use your original N64 controllers that can you plug into USB and you'd be like, you're set. You're good to go.
Because we still have one. Yeah.
Mario Party 2 stream.
Fudge that. I ain't playing Mario Party. I hate Mario Party.
They could release a reveal of the new one or a DLC or something.
Ooh,
for it.
yeah, new Mario Party. Because that last one was actually really fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I could see them reveal. I mean, it makes some money. You know, regardless of what the review scores are, they make money off of it. So
Yep.
I think they might reveal another new one for sure.
Yeah, that's true.
I think is that it for Nintendo? Or do we have one more thing?
No, that's all I can think of that I'm excited for at least.
All I can think of.
Okay. Well, that is
Yeah.
then I think that is it for everything E3. I mean, we're gonna watch it next week. We'll be streaming Nintendo's presentation, so please watch that because you will see me freak out of the new Smash Brothers DLC character, unless it's Earthbound's villain, and if that is, I will be sad. Either way,
That
you'll
would
see
be
me freak
stupid.
out. I'll just be mad.
Quick little things. The 2 games that I hope would come out or they show announced or anything is that Harry Potter RPG game that got leaked earlier this year. Hopefully that's real. And then since Modern Warfare is getting a reboot, I hope because this year was supposed to be the 10-year anniversary of Modern Warfare 2. They could have still announced it, but it comes out Shadow drops day of. That way we have time to play it all summer and then play the new one in the fall. I hope that happens, but that's like wishful thinking, but that's it.
Okay.
You know, I would like to see some more gameplay of Marvel Ultimate Alliance if I can just drop
That'll
that
be
real
there.
quick,
That'll be shown most likely.
because I cannot wait to play with you guys and hopefully do a stream with that game. That is one of my most anticipated summer, or the most anticipated summer game next to Mario Maker.
Nope. Can't wait for that. All right. So that is it for this lengthy video. We'll put timestamps so you can skip to whichever part you want to listen to. And thanks so much for listening. This is David the Smash Fan.
Monster Tech Guy.
Mister.
And this is Chibino Podcast.